All right, we should be good there. Alrighty. All right, so let's jump in. Okay. So today we will be looking at ES and NQ. I'm going to go over my bias kind of going into the morning here and talking about that pre-market trade that I took. So looking at the daily charts here, looking at just ES, again, I'm going to not really focus too much on these bigger time frame biases going into the day. The reason is because since we've been just selling off on these bigger time frames, I like to zoom in and play these intraday short-term time frames. Like this 15-minute is what what I've been saying pretty much this whole week so far is I've been focused mainly on the 15-minute, playing these internal draw and liquidity and internal models, using those smaller time frames to really get possible setups. Because right now, I do want to see us go lower. I'm still probably expecting us to go lower. We could get some sort of rebound, like Dave said earlier in his pre-market plan too, which I do want to see us retrace back to this daily fair value gap, which is definitely a possibility. But again, it's just waiting for that to happen, right? We don't know if we're going to bounce there today. We don't know if we're going to go there tomorrow, another day, whatever it is. So again, I'm not trying to predict any of that move. I'm simply just waiting for price action intraday to give me a good understanding of where we want to go. And then I'll use that to my advantage here. So the kind of what I have marked out pre-market is we have this nice 1 hour fair value gap on both ES and NQ. I have we took this high intraday here. Buy side has been swept and now kind of retracing, but I don't really like that. I'm going to be sticking to want to see that high being taken that we created earlier today in the morning and just kind of be playing this intraday range, right? And seeing if we break back to the downside. Again, this would be our sell side level. But I'm really just sticking to watching price action today, seeing what kind of internal structure we get. And that's going to kind of really be my bias going into today is very, very loose bias, but letting the market and the structure kind of tell me what it wants to do. So going on NQ, the exact same thing here. Looking at the 1 hour, want to see if we can work our way up into that 1 hour fair value gap and possibly then look to see a rejection, sell our way back down. The trade that I took in the morning was this. So the model that I had here, again, looking at the structure that we're forming, smaller time frame. We're slowly working our way up. We're bullish. I want the draw to be here. Looking at the 5-minute, we end up forming a really, really nice buy model intraday structure here. We have sell side formed up here. We put in a low. We put in another low. Now we sweep it here. But again, I don't like the structure here. We come down, sweep it again, and we get this big candle displacing above this. This is exactly what I want to see. This 5-minute fair value gap gets ran through to the upside, and now I'm looking to see this become an inverse fair value gap to target this buy side. Now, notice, I'm not targeting this buy side. I'm targeting internal buy side because I'm confident that this is what's going to be taken. Now, noticing my entry as well, we had 2 equal lows here, internal sell side. I'm looking to see this model play out, get displacement to the upside, form, accumulation here, and then have that manipulation power of 3, right? This is exactly what I'm trading intraday on a 1 minute, right? Very small time frame, but again, charts and power of 3, everything that we trade on ICT is all fractal. So this is exactly what we saw here. We saw accumulation. Once I saw this manipulation move, sweeping sell side, coming back into this 5-minute inverse, I jumped into longs. So the 15-minute I entered like right here, really good entry, and then we just pumped straight up to buy side. Again, power of 3, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. You could see it's clean, it's beautiful. That is what we like to see. So here we go, market open. Going to stay patient. Let's see what we get here. Let me clean up the charts a little bit. And let's see what happens. Again, I'm kind of going to be staying patient. I want to see NQ work our way up to that recent high and see what happens. But again, a lot of times just letting the morning kind of work its way out here. Yeah, noticing market open. I have no eagerness to jump into anything. A lot of the time I want to wait for that first 15 minutes, 30 minutes to start to play out, give us a better understanding of what kind of structure and what kind of price action we're getting going into the day. So we'll see what happens here. Do you want to check? Let's check gold while we're waiting. Again, gold's just continuing to mean to sell off. Oh my god, gold is beautiful. Look at this. Exactly like I said it was. That gold swing ended up paying. That gold swing paid. That entry's right here. Shorted all this. Beautiful. Check euro. See what we're doing. Euros are selling too. Everything's selling right now. I think DXY is pretty much, the dollar is pretty much the only thing that's bullish right now. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Again, right now, just waiting. Letting the market kind of settle here at the open. What you're drinking is a brown sugar shaken espresso. The best drink in existence. Jazz? Oh yeah, let's get some jazz on. You're so right. So for the people on YouTube watching today, I'm not going to be doing these very often. It's just an offer for you guys to be able to see an opportunity for, you know, the people that can't afford to be in the community. I want to give you guys an opportunity to, you know, watch how I navigate the markets as well. But in the Discord, a lot of times we'll play some jazz in the mornings to get us feeling nice and good. Let me restart the stream here so you guys can hear that. All JPY looking clean. Let's check it. It's not looking too bad. We just swept this recent high here, though, which makes me a little bit concerned. I mean, that external draw does look like it wants to be that high here, so doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. I would want to see us come up and sweep one of these highs here, but this could be low resistance liquidity run back to the upside, but for me, it's just not enough structure here. I would want to see it more. I want to see some sort of stop run in this area. Check YM. YM starting to sell off after sweeping internal. This looks good. That internal buy side now gets swept again. Manipulation, distribution. We're now shifting structure, wanting the draw to be here. Zooming in, I'd like to see us retrace back into this area. We kind of sort of breaker here. But right now, YM selling off pretty hard. ES is still kind of just chilling. Yeah, today is the last sale. Today is the last day for the Discord sale, guys. Do you recommend watching multiple charts for beginners? Yes and no. I mean, I don't recommend watching more than 2. And I recommend if you're watching 2, it should be ES and NQ. Because they work off of each other. That brown espresso good, huh? Dude, it's so good. Again, right now, still just being patient here. ES starting to slip a little bit to the downside. See if we kind of have anything here. We have a 1 hour inverse that we could absolutely hold here. Kind of forming broadening formation. A lot of lows here now getting taken out. Would like this to be a manipulation move on ES and then get bought back up to those highs. So again, I want to see us come now here. I want this to put a low a day in here. I want us to put a low a day and rocket right back up here. Morning, Justin. Thank you for doing this, or thank you for all you do. Much love, Karen. Joined the Discord 2 days ago. Great stuff. Out of curiosity, does the monthly membership stay the same? Yeah, whatever price you purchase at is whatever is the reoccurring payment that you'll have. Yeah, DXY is really bullish right now. Everything else is really bearish. So right now, again, just watching price. Justin, do you use the 30-second just like the 1 minute for entries? Do you like it more or does it fake you out too much? That's a good question. I've actually really liked trading the 30-second so far, but only for specific models. Like when I'm trading intraday like this, and let's, for example, this is a perfect example. Like I have a 5-minute model here, right? We have a lot of sell side, getting stopped out here. If we get displacement back to the upside, like let's say I zoom into a 1 minute, right? So I'm zooming into a 1 minute. Once I get displacement and I can validate that the draw on liquidity becomes this high, then I can zoom down even further and then look to see if I get an even better, entry or a model to, get the best entry I could possibly get. But it's when I'm trading those intraday models like this 5 minute, right? Because then I can zoom in even more past a 1 minute to see if there's, another entry that I might not be seeing. At what exact time will Discord not be discounted anymore? I have no idea. I just plan. I'll probably end it tomorrow morning or something. No shenanigans or tomfoolery. I agree. You trade every day? Mostly, yeah. So a lot of times I won't trade Mondays though, or at least I won't trade Mondays with full size. Mondays are like my back test day. And right now, being patient, letting action do its thing. Right now, we're just kind of slowly chopping here. Want to see the market kind of pick a direction and then use it to our advantage. So right now we're just sitting. Lives are on they're on the Discord. If NQ rejects that 15-minute fair value gap, would you be looking for shorts? If NQ rejects that 15-minute fair value gap, if NQ rejects it, are you talking about this one right here, this bigger one? This is a 1 hour, but yes, that's what I would be looking for. I want to see NQ come up, sweep this high here that we created in the morning. Come into this 1 hour bearish for value gap and then form some sort of short model to the downside. And then whatever low we put in becomes sell side. Again, right now we're not doing much, just kind of chopping here. Again, letting price settle. Want to see if ES can continue to try to hold this inverse or not. NQ looks like we want to have a run to this high. We're trying to draw back up into that, but right now ES is kind of holding. So one thing I want you guys to notice here as well, Notice how ES is selling off here, and NQ is trying to run to this high, right? We have a lot more bullish action here on NQ than ES. What this is telling me is, if ES can get displacement back to the upside, which means, you know, we sweep these lows here, get displacement back up, NQ should run straight to this high, right? Because if NQ is still bullish while ES is selling off, then if ES becomes bullish, NQ should run, right? So that's what I'm watching for here, and you'll watch it happen here. If ES gets displacement back up, NQ will run to this high. But if ES just continues to sell off, then NQ will come back down. But right now, again, small action right here, very tight range, letting the market do its thing here. No reason to touch it. It could be power of 3 to the upside. Yeah, it could be. Right? Being this be the accumulation, and then wanting to see this be the manipulation. Yeah, absolutely. That could definitely be a possibility. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for. Yeah. Do you recommend trading while driving? No, I don't. All right, notice here, ES starting to get displacement back up. Watch what happens. I'm very bullish now. ES and NQ drawing liquidity becomes that high. Watch. Notice, like I said, ES coming down, sweeping these lows. We're holding that imbalance, getting displacement. NQ is going to run to this buy side level, stop out all those traders. There we go. Beautiful. But now, what does this become? We have an SMT here, but yet I still think ES wants to run this. But I like this move here on NQ. We're coming up into this 1 hour. So NQ now came up, swept that level here. So this could be our manipulation move because we now have an SMT at these highs as well. Right? Notice NQ's taken that high. ES has not yet taken that high. So that's a bearish divergence. So if I was trading NQ, or if I was trading ES here and NQ had not yet taken this high here, this would be a nice long opportunity on ES, but I'm not taking this because NQ's already taken that high. Again, still just being patient. Be patient here, guys. I have no FOMO. I have no desire to jump in anything unless it's exactly what I want to see in price. I'll tell you what's going to happen based off of what price action's telling me, but just because I think something's going to happen does not mean I take that trade. That's the problem that you guys have. The reason is because I have a model. I have conviction for a specific entry model that I like to trade. If I do not get that model, there's no reason for me to take a trade. Justin, do you have a prop firm that you have recommendations on? I would say just Top Step. Just I'm a volume trader from Germany. I've never seen somebody watching the market like you do. I really enjoy it. Much love, Kevin. Yeah, she put in equal lows, did we? Yeah, I guess we did, but that's not really something I'm worried about yet. I'll mark this in though. We could come back to this honestly right now because we did sweep that high, do have bearish. So right now I'm watching to see if ES holds this. I would normally long this, and it absolutely could work here, but I'm not longing this because we have a bearish SM2 because it's lower probability. If NQ continues to sell back off here, we could get a nice short opportunity. Already came up and rejected this imbalance here. We are looking good here on NQ so far. Looking real good. It's exactly what I wanted to see so far, right? Accumulation, manipulation move, sweeping that high. You can see we tapped that fair value gap to the tick. Now starting to sell back off. It's a nice little short opportunity here. I'm going to look to take some shorts here. Give it a stab. Now that we've come up, swept this. Getting displacement back down. Could wait for a little bit more structure, but I do like this imbalance here. Oh, missed my entry right there. We'll see if we can come back up. I'm hoping we don't sell off here. I was looking to enter here. All right, I'm giving some shorts a stab here on NQ. Setting my stop loss up here at around 8-9 area. Let me see where this imbalance is on the 1 minute. I'm gonna have a pretty tight stop here. First target's gonna be this sell side level right here. Again, don't care what happens here. I see an edge. I enter. It's either my PT gets hit or my stop loss gets hit. There's no in between. I'm sitting here, no emotion. I put risk on the table. I see an opportunity. Let the market do its thing. Don't jump in. Don't get stressed, right? If you are trading with over leveraged size, then you're going to get stressed. You're going to get overwhelmed. So I'm sitting here, letting the market do its thing. It's either I get stopped or my price target gets hit. There's no in between. Let the market do its thing. Want to see a sharp sell-off back to the downside here. Patience, patience. Again, a lot of you guys are too stressed when you get into a trade. And a lot of the times it's because either, number one, you haven't accepted risk, or and a lot of times it's haven't accepted risk, or you just don't have any conviction with your trade. So a lot of the times you put risk on the table, let the market do its thing. If you get stopped, you get stopped. Price target gets hit, your price target gets hit. There we go, came up. I got stopped out right there. Notice how it doesn't affect me whatsoever. We go back, we look, see what the market wants to do. Again, I'm still short biased. We absolutely could come up here and reject this imbalance here. I'm now looking to see a new opportunity, right? That's out my head. I'm looking to see a new opportunity to get back short if we can get some more structure. Zooming in here. Looking to see if we can run this 15-minute fair value gap. Still holding. So again, order flow is still bullish right now. So right now I'm just waiting. ES is still kind of looking bullish here too as well. Those sell side swaps still holding here as well. There we go. That imbalance is getting back ran through. NQ's looking good. Probably going to look back to get into some shorts here. If we can get a pullback into this area. All right, I'm tapped back into some shorts here. Again, I'm giving this one more try here. If this doesn't work out, then we'll sit on it, let price action do its thing, right? Because a lot of times if you take two, the kind of rule that I have is if I take two trades that have the same bias and they don't work out, then a lot of the times I must be seeing something differently, right? So a lot of times I'll just wait on it and give more time. Again, I'm still looking to see this low here. I want to see a big sell-off here. Could look to scale something at this low, but I want to let this run here. Want to see what that manipulation move is here as well. It's not really clean. Again, noticing when we get stopped out, we stop out quickly, and when we're winning, we let our winners run. So you could look to scale some sort of a little bit off here at this low. But I want to see us come down to this low is what I'm really looking for. Beautiful sell-off here so far. Again, I want to see more continuation. You can look to scale some positions here and move your stop back to break even. So if you're in any shorts here and you're starting to take off here, recommend moving your stop to break even. In fact, I'm going to move my stop just right above this since I haven't taken off any position here. I'm going to move it just right above to that little high here that we have. Again, letting my winners run. Stepping off, have my runners, my running stop loss in place. You could look to take partials at this low. but I'm looking to see more of a sell-off, and I want to see that recent low on the 1 minute. Again, noticing that 1 minute, when we come up and take this high here, and we get displacement, I would want to see this low become the first draw on liquidity before making new lows. So I am going to hold this to these lows here. Now, the only thing that's kind of weird right now is ES. ES isn't really doing much. We have equal lows here on ES that I want to see get taken out. So I want to see ES start to fold over and get some selling pressure as well. Again, patience, patience, patience. I'm going to move my stop to break even here. I do not want to see us come back to my entry. Want to see a sell-off here. Let me see that continuation. Again, this is the right way to trade here, guys. You sit here. You be patient. I'm not affected by price action right now. I don't care if we go back up. I don't care if I get stopped at break even. I don't care if my price target gets hit. All I'm here to do is wait for a setup and execute when I see it. Okay? There's no added emotion here. I put risk on the table. If that risk ends up working out in my favor, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. I come back, it's wiped from my head, and I go into my next trade. This is why my wins are so much bigger than my losses. It's because I have the discipline and the patience to sit here and wait. Want to see this fair value gap get ran through to the downside. Do you check trades and chalk like this in the community? Yes, we trade every day, every single day, live in the morning in the Discord. And right now, staying patient. Want to see that sell-off. I'm up 26, 3,000. There we go. There we go, baby. Bingo. Take your stop off, and there you go. That's how we do it. Let's get some W's in the chat. Let's get some W's in the chat. What's going on? Yes, sir. Discord going crazy as well. Wait, why can't I pull this up? Hold on. It won't let me pull this over. There we go. Yes, sir. Hey, Tactical Traders is the best team out here. We've been saying this. We've been saying this. The value is unhinged. I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing, exactly how I'm thinking, exactly what I'm expecting. Everything that just happened this morning, I called out to you. I told you what is going to happen. I told you what my pre-market plan is going to be. I told you where I'm going to execute. I waited for my execution. One thing I want to notice as well is notice how that first trade I got stopped out on. Notice the first trade I got stopped out on. Now, Did that stop loss affect me whatsoever? Absolutely not, because my bias is not changed from this. This stop loss does not say that my bias is wrong, and my bias is I still think we go here. So when I get the extra confirmation that this fair value gap gets ran through, I enter back short and I take advantage of that. I'm not scared by that recent loss. It's wiped from my memory. This is where I want you guys to get emotionally and, you know, in understanding psychology and understanding yourself and being able to execute at this level without any added emotion. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I definitely could have set my stop a little bit looser here and I wouldn't have gone stopped out. But again, I like to think, the way that I like to think about it is I like setting tight stop losses. And the reason is I can always get back into a trade, right? But if I set my stop loss way too loose, then my losers are always going to be pretty big. And the reason is I like to keep my losers very small and my winners very big, right? No, I do not take a buy now. I do not take a buy now. The reason is again, notice exactly what I said pre-market. Exactly what I said pre-market, what I wanted to happen. This is perfect power of 3 here. Perfect power of 3. We have accumulation. I said I want to come up, sweep the intraday high that we had, reject off this 1 hour fair value gap, short back to the downside. It's exactly what we got. So right now, the next draw on liquidity becomes this low. This is where we're going. So depending on what happens here is what's gonna propel us for the rest of the day. If we get displacement through this low, meaning we get a move through this in a candle through this, I could expect the draw on liquidity to be the next previous low, and I expect us to go lower. If we come down and sweep this and then bounce back up, I could expect us to probably either just consolidate here or maybe have a move back to the upside. But right now, that's all I need. I don't need to trade. I'm done, right? I took a win in pre-market. I took a win here. I'm up great on the day. I don't need to overtrade, right? If you guys took that trade, step away. Do not trade the rest of the day. Take what is given to you. Do not go for more. Do not get greedy. That's when you're going to start giving profits away, is when you're looking for opportunity that's not there. September is nice. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The whole summer, I said, guys, wait for the last 3 months of the year. Because price action in the summer is awful. Summer price action is awful. You always lower your risk in summer and up it right when we get to the last 3 months. Quick question. Let's say we have a fair value gap waiting for price to hit. If we could trade it, when is it too late and that fair value gap becomes invalid to take a trade off of? Are you talking about like a higher time frame fair value gap, like a 1 hour? If it's a 1 hour, then if it gets ran through and closed above on a bigger time frame, that's when it's invalidated. How do you know whether to trade ES or NQ? I like NQ price action a lot more than ES. The reason I didn't trade ES is because ES is already at these lows here. ES is already at these lows. NQ just swept buy side and rejected. This is the model that I'm more used to trading, if that makes sense. Thoughts on a coin flip strat? I have no clue what that is, but it sounds stupid. $7.13 for last runner. Yeah, if you're in this, I would say number one, your extra runner that if you were in this trade should be out right here because this is that low. So you should be most out here. You should be most out here. If you're still in this position, you could let some contracts run. Again, I would like to draw on standard deviation, but there's not really a clean manipulation move here, so. Yeah, there's not really a manipulation move here except for that initial move. Can you explain the utility of break even? Yeah. So the reason I put my stop at break even, right? This is it's all managing a position, right? It's all position management, it's all risk management. When I'm in a position and I have my initial stop loss, right? So let's say this, right? let's say I just have a position, you know, I'm shorting, my stop loss is here, my price target's like here, right? So I have a 3 risk reward, right? Great trade. If I enter here, let's say the market does this. Let's say we're coming up, I get tapped, right? So I'm in my trade. You know, we're coming up. I don't get stopped. And then we have that move in my direction. Depending on what model I'm trading, this move right here is exactly what I need to validate my existing bias, which is the drawn liquidity is lower. So when I get this move, I then move either, number one, move my stop to whatever high got put in, or move my stop to break even, knowing that I would not want to see us at most. If in this specific example, I would do it here because we could still come back up to that imbalance and then reject. But once we get here, then that's when I would move my stop to break even, because this is managing risk. There's no reason for me to turn a winning trade red when everything is in existing bias already is in my favor. If I put my stop to break even and I get stopped back out, that's fine. I'm okay with that because I'm not even taking a loss on that. The bad part is the reason you guys get upset from this is you'll put your stop at break even, you'll get stopped at break even, and then it'll go back in your favor and you're going to get frustrated, and then you're going to end up forcing another trade that ends up makes you lose a bunch of extra money. That's the problem, is you can't control yourself. So you don't end up doing it, which in turn makes you lose even more money. So I'm fine with getting stopped out because I know there's always more opportunity. There's always another trade. But I know that me putting my stop at break even is protecting myself from future losses and protecting myself from eating away my P&L. What'd my jazz stop? I gotta put my jazz back on. Why didn't you need internal sweep in this scenario? Because I already got displacement to the downside. Great question. Let's talk about that. So, internal sweep here, right? For me to have okay. One thing I want you guys to say is, for an internal sweep is only when I don't get displacement and a break of structure. So looking at this, right? When we come back this move before coming to take this, I don't really care. I don't care for us to go back to this high. So if this is my internal liquidity, right? And I want to see this, right? You know, sweep this, maybe come back and then look to dump, right? That's the manipulation move. That's the internal sweep. But since we got this move before coming up to take this high, I don't expect us after this to go back to this high because we've already displaced back inside this range. We've already shifted structure. So when we come back here, my entry for this is this. I zoom in again, right? Again, all it is overlapping models. It's all fractal. If I'm looking at this on a bigger time frame and saying, okay, my model I'm trading here is buy side swept. We're rejecting off a bigger time frame imbalance. I zoom in. In fact, this could be our manipulation move right here because this is our internal buy side being swept and then sells back off. So I zoom in. We get break of structure to the downside with this move to the downside right here because we have the displacement move. What am I expecting? A move back to discount of this entire range. Oh, sorry. I mean, a move back to discount of this entire range. Right? We move back to discount. So once we're in discount here, we come into this fair value gap. I'm looking for this to reject. What am I looking for my entry, though? I'm looking for us to reject this and run whatever the next imbalance is. Again, what's giving me confidence here on the drawn liquidity? What's being respected and what's not being respected? Notice, if I'm bearish, I want to see this fair value gap get respected and this bullish fair value gap get ran through, right? Because that's validating that the drawn liquidity is lower. When this gets ran through and we get this displacement, I wait for the pullback to retest into this imbalance, right? What am I expecting this to become? I'm expecting this to become an inverse fair value gap once this gets ran through to target whatever the existing drawn liquidity is. I enter back in short. We sell back off. We come back up, faking out all those traders, you know, stopping out all the people that have now trailed their stop loss, right? Because this move, I guarantee you guys got scared. You guys got so scared on this move. I already know it. We got bought back up. You're like, oh, no, I'm going to get stopped out at break even, blah, blah, blah. I don't care if I get stopped at break even. Follow your plan. Follow your rules. We hold here and then end up selling off to sell side, which was our external drawn liquidity. Only mistake. I got afraid to add to my winner. Okay. Where were you looking to add? If I didn't get stopped here, I would have probably added to my position here. Damn, those runners. Is anybody still in any runners? Those runners are going crazy. But Justin, for that trade, do you need ES to look clear to take on NQ? I was skeptical for that trade because ES had a couple of bullish fair value gaps we had not ran through yet. Should it be in my plan to wait for ES and NQ to be in confluence before taking a trade? Great question. Let's talk about that. So for this specific example, normally, yes. And I was thinking the exact same thing at the time. Because I didn't like where ES was, but I loved where NQ was. So this is what gave me confidence to not really worry about ES at this point. When I see ES doing this, and I see ES's price action, number one, the first thing that's already in my bias for this is this SMT, right? This is already clear to me. So this is already existing bias. So I'm focused more on this. Again, zoom out a little bit to the 15-minute instead of being focused on the 1 minute, because this bigger time frame SMT is what's giving us confidence, right? So I was looking at watching this, right? There was two things I was watching. Number one, in the morning, I knew that we were going to get bought up to buy side. I said, watch ES here. We're going to sweep these lows. If ES gets displacement to the upside, NQ is going to run this high. That's exactly what happens. We get displacement up, NQ runs the high. Once NQ runs the high, I don't really care what ES does at that point, right? Because all I'm looking for is to wait for structure and wait for displacement back inside this range. When I get that, that's when I know I can enter short, right? So looking at ES, I don't really care what ES is doing here. Now, if at this point in time, I'm a lot more bullish on ES than I would be than bearish, just because we've swept these internal. But since we have a bigger time frame SMT and NQ just took out its draw, there's really no reason for me to expect ES to hold or influence NQ. The reason is as well is notice who's been in control the whole day here. NQ's been in control the whole entire day. ES has not really had any sort of good structure or strong moves. NQ's been in control. So I'm hoping that explanation helped. This Starbucks muffin is fire. What is the best broker to use Top Step? Tradeovate. Should I switch from options to futures? Yes, absolutely. If you're trading options, get the fuck off. Go trade futures. Are you a pumpkin spice lover? It's all right. Do you think ES long? Absolutely not. Guys, when we get this move, what do you now have to wait for? Again, this is the way that you need to be thinking. Everybody take notes right now, because everybody listen to what I'm about to say. And we talk about this in the Discord all the time. But for people, I forgot that people don't think like this, and only our group does. Your mindset should be, what has to happen next for me to take a high quality setup? Because everything needs to be based off of structure. For you to take a high quality setup, you have to have some already existing structure for you to take a high quality trade. If I zoom into ES right now, does this look like I have any sort of structure that's giving me a bias? No, not at all. So there's no reason for me to take any trade here. There's no reason. Now, what would I want to see? What's a possible trade that I could take here? Well, this big move to the downside, this is the drawn liquidity. I think we make a new low of day now. I think we go to this low. But what has to happen for me to get a good entry there? Well, we have a big 15-minute imbalance here. If I zoom into a 5-minute, we also have a nice 5-minute imbalance here. This is where I'm looking for price to go. I want to see us retrace back into this area, and then I zoom in, wait for structure to form. Boop, 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 boop. Sweep internal, start to roll back over. That is what I want to see for a high-quality setup, right? That has to happen first, and my entry would be somewhere here, right? That's what I would want to see happen. And if that doesn't happen, so what? I don't care. If there's no setup, there's no trade. If we pull back the discount on this bigger time frame, would this short be validated using standard deviation? If we pull back to discount on this bigger time frame, would this short be validated? Validated using standard deviation? Standard deviation isn't for validation. It's all it is adding. It's not even adding conviction. It's just adding an idea of where the market's going. I'm confused on the question, on how you're using it. No, I don't trade silver bullet. If you want to see a bearish for value up get respected, are you always wanting to see a bullish for value up close by get disrespected before you get entry? If you want to see a bearish for value up get respected, are you always wanting to see a bullish for value up close? That would, yeah, technically yes. I would like to see that. I mean, that's added more confluence, so yes. Justin, so funny. Little improvement story. I used to be in Danny's community, and this was a long time ago, so I was just copy trading, and whenever Danny would take a trade, by the time I went to put my limit, Danny would already be out. Guy would take 4 points and be out. So proud of myself that I was able to find a better community like this and find confidence to not copy trade and have my own trades. Obviously, no hate to Danny, just an odd type of trading. Yeah, I agree. And again, a lot of those communities set you guys up for failure. That's why I don't like them, and that's the whole reason why Tactical Traders does what we do and what I do, is because I want to give you guys the opportunity to, like, there's not a lot of people in the trading space that can get on live like this, trade without any sort of like pressure from hundreds of people watching me, still being able to trade my bias and having good execution and being able to actually explain what the fuck I'm doing. If you go to any other community that's just signaling out alerts, they're going to give you a bullshit ass. People are going to be like, hey, why'd you take this trade? Hey, why did you do this? Why'd you do this? I can give you an answer for any question that you have and an explanation of why I did. Because there's a reason for it. There's a system. It's a repeatable system. And in any single profitable trader, you'll realize that most of these motherfuckers are straight up lying to you. Because if they don't have a system that they can repeat and they can just say it to you, right? If you ask a trader, hey, what's your system? What's your edge? What's your confluence? You know, how do you find a bias? They should be able to say it every single time, clearly and repeatedly. If they can't, they're not good traders. Because that means they don't have a solidified edge. Which means they're going into the market every single day looking for something new. And that's not a good thing to have. Are you live every morning in the Discord? Yes. Let me pay for your coffee? You're good, brother. Yes, this strat works for Forex. Do you plan on streaming YouTube more often? It depends. Possibly. Again, I just plan on coming on here every once in a while and giving you guys an opportunity to watch me. For the people who aren't in the Discord or can't afford it or whatever it is, who don't have time, my goal is to come on YouTube and give those people an opportunity to get some insight, get some education from them. Yeah, I'm calling it a day here as well, Oscar. I'm not looking to take any other trades. What do you get from Starbucks? Brown sugar shaken espresso with sweet cream foam. So gas. Still use Bookmap sometimes. What did you do to become consistent? Thousands of hours of screen time and repetition. And being slapped in the face 1,000 times. Been in Danny's Discord right now. I traded supply and demand for a while, and I just didn't have much confidence in the strategy. I know it works, but it wasn't my style. Loving ICT, though. Yeah, definitely stick with ICT, brother. Keep working. Trust me, guys. I used to trade supply and demand before I traded ICT, and supply and demand is... I'm not gonna say, like, it doesn't work, because there's people that it works for, but for me, it was... I hated it. It didn't work. It seemed awful. It was just... It's not consistent. It doesn't make sense like ICT makes sense. There's a reason for ICT. There's a reason why it works. Supply and demand, there was no explanation of it. Show me a simpler way to find liquidity. A simpler way? Brother, it's a high and low. I made a video. I have multiple videos on liquidity as well. So go to the YouTube and watch those. Is it like this every day in your Discord? Yes, every single day, guys. We are focused on mainly education, all education. My goal is to build fucking monster traders. The amount of traders amount of profitable traders that have come out of this community, I am almost 100% confident to say that there's more profitable traders that have come out of this community than almost any other trading Discord. Because I don't care to shine a bunch of fucking money in your face, shine a bunch of bills. I'm here to show you pure execution, the actual truth here, and actually show you how to do it. And the amount of people that have canceled their subscription of the Discord and left the Discord, and I've gotten messages from people saying, hey, I don't need this anymore. I can do this on my own. That is my main goal. My main goal is to get as many of those messages as possible of people that come into the Discord, they stay for a couple months, and I get a message saying, you've changed my trading, and I can do this on my own. That's the goal. People come in, we transfer them, we transform them, we change their mindset, we change their mentality, we change the way they think, and they come out being a profitable trader. What are your thoughts on Photon, where they use market structure as the main way to understanding direction instead of liquidity? I have no clue what that is. I'd have to look more into it. I have no idea. You got vids on psychology? I do got vids on psychology. I got good vids on psychology too. And so one thing too, guys, is in the Discord every single night. And honestly, I like our sessions later in the night more than I do our live trading sessions, because that's where we really learn. Every single night we do charting sessions every night. And those charting sessions is, we'll go over the price action for the day. We'll go over whatever trades we took. We'll go over what did we do right, what did we do wrong, how can we improve. We'll talk about what we're looking at going into tomorrow. I can answer any questions. Everybody in the Discords can send me trades that they took that day, and we can review them together. They can talk about problems they've been having and fix it. That is where we really get a lot of the work and growth done, not even in the live sessions, but later in the night. And I feel like no other Discords or no other communities put in the time to do that. And I want that. My main focus is for you guys to grow. My main focus is not to hand out alerts. I'm not here to spoon feed you alerts. I don't care. That's not my goal. My goal is to actually make you guys learn. The link should be in the description of the live if you want to join the Discord. Would you only consider NQ longs if we disrespect this 5-minute? I'm not looking to take any trades, guys. I'm not looking to take any more trades. I don't really care what the market does. Again, when you start looking for opportunity after being up on the day, there's no reason to. Go step away. Go do something else. Go to the gym. Go do something. Go do work. This is my first extremely profitable month, and it's all because I started following your advice. Makes me happy to hear, brother. Keep it up. The Discord sale ends today. It ends today. Live was very valuable. Much love, brother. Futures over options, because options you don't futures you don't have to worry about Greeks. So it's a lot easier to manage risk trading futures and options, because with options you have to keep into account, okay, what day are you trading? Is it Monday? Is it Friday? Am I trading 0 DTEs? Am I trading something else? You can enter and still be down on your contract. Taxes are better with futures. You get taxed 60-40 instead of 100%. Just futures are way, way, way better. Justin, you're such a great person. Sorry for the dick riding. You're good, brother. Means a lot. Yeah, theta is cruel. I remember I used to trade options, because I used to trade options before I traded futures. I traded options for like 2 years. But yeah, theta would fuck me. And that I realized that one of the things that was holding me back, because I wasn't profitable when I traded options. One of the things that was holding me back is I couldn't have a set risk. When I entered a position, one thing I don't like is people that trade options set their stop loss of the contract. They set their stop loss of the contract instead of the chart, which is the actual thing that they're making money off of, right? If I have a confluence or a bias within my chart, the stop loss should be a level in the chart. It shouldn't be a contract percentage, because I can still come down. The chart could still look valid, and I still get stopped on my option, right? Which makes no sense to me. So there was no defined risk of when I traded options. It was always a different kind of loss, because it depends if am I trading Amazon? Am I trading Netflix? Am I trading Tesla? And I would set my stop loss on the chart, and sometimes I would lose, a couple $100. Sometimes I would lose over 1,000, and I would be like, what the fuck? And it all just came down to what day I'm trading. What are the contracts? At the money, out of the money, all these things. And it was very hard to manage that risk and predict that risk, right? And one of the biggest things I think is super, super important with trading is every single trade that you enter, you need defined risk. You have to have some sort of area where you're okay with losing, because if you're not okay with losing that is when added emotion comes into play. That's when you start making bad decisions. So that's the problem with options, is it's very hard to define your risk. What is this picture? Theta has entered the chat. Forex is fine as well. Yeah, Forex is totally fine. It's $60 a month right now. Whatever price that you buy at right now is what you stay with. How long did it take you to become consistently accurate in your trades? Years. Why don't you use order blocks? I do, but only in certain situations. What is the Discord apart from live trading? So live trading in the mornings, we have multiple analysts. We just got a new analyst who's Dave. He's an absolute beast. And everybody in the Discord can tell you guys how much of a beast Dave is. But Dave has like 6 or 8 years of trading experience. He trades a lot of ICT and order flow concepts, mainly order flow. He's a beast. And then we do charting sessions every single night, as well as lives every single day. Yeah, 60 guys. The Discord will never be this cheap ever again. Never be this cheap ever again. $60 for the value that we're doing is insane. Insane. Why do you execute on a 15, 30 second? I don't always. It depends on what time frame model I'm trading. Again, it's all fractal. It all depends on what time frame I'm trading and then what the model is. No, it's $60 for every single month. If you purchase now at $60, it's $60 every single month. You don't get changed. Was it easy to set up WAP? Yeah, kinda. Fractal, can you explain? Okay, so basically this is what trading is. This is what the charts are. Charts are fractal, meaning it's models inside of models, inside of models, inside of models, right? Okay? So, when I'm looking to take some sort of trade, right, meaning like let's say this, right? For example, if a basic short model would be this. Buy side here. We come up, or we put it on high here, right? And then we come down, we come up, and we sweep buy side, okay? So this is just a basic short model. We sweep buy side. We come down, we sweep internal, we get break a structure, we get a fair value gap, and when we look to short, okay? All right, boom. So this is a basic short model. Now let's say that this is a 4-hour time frame, okay? 4-hour time frame. So if I zoom in here, which I don't even think I can fucking do. What the hell? Come on. I think I drew it too small. Come on. Okay, whatever. If I draw this in here and I zoom in, come on, why won't it let me go over? So annoying. Okay, whatever. Okay. And I draw this right here, right? What am I expecting? There's probably an imbalance here, which I would be looking to short on a 4-hour. Now, if I was to zoom in, there would be this exact same model right here, right? Because what I would be looking for would be, we got displacement to downside, we come up, we sweep internal, right? Buy side's not being swept, break a structure, fair value gap, look to short, this would be sell side. So this entire thing right here is basically this entire thing right here. And inside of this is another exact same short model, right? It's all fractal, right? Just like if you look at a square. If I draw a square, how many squares are in this? There's infinite number of squares here. There could be one right here, right? There's 4 squares, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever it is, right? There's always an inside model, right? That's what the charts are. That's what the market is. So when I say something's fractal, it means I'm looking at an internal model which has already existed from an external model. That's how you get the best quality setups. The best quality setups is when you already have an existing model. This, for example, this is market. This is going to be a manipulation move right here. We're going to dump here. We go back to this low and we dump. Or at least what I'm expecting. It could not happen. We'll see. But when we come up and sweep this and we get this fair value gap gets ran through, this fair value gap, I would want to see hold bearish and then go to this low. This is an already existing model. But when I zoom out here, what is the already existing draw here? We have buy side swept, possible market structure shift right here, and now coming back to these bigger time frame imbalances as well as this order block that we were just rejected off of. So I zoom in inside of an already existing model that give me the exact same bias. That is how you get high quality setups, is because this external model and the internal model on a 30-second is both the exact same bias, which is, I think we're going lower. Does that make sense? Yes, we do this every single day in the Discord. So watch what price here does. Watch what price does here. I would want this low to be taken here and broken through, and I would want to see us go back lower. This fair value gap should now become inverse, so we should hold this, and we should sell back off. and we'll go right here. How long did it take you to learn this strat, and do you always have tips to finding your own strat? It's just repetition. It's just building confidence and conviction with reading the market. It's all it is. It's just reading where price wants to go and understanding that just from experience. Been trading for a year now. I just saw your channel. I'm starting to understand trading. Amazing work. Much love, brother. Seriously, best Discord. Think as if you're paying a very reasonable tuition fee to learn something that will last you a lifetime. Oh, this is cheap, guys. This is like pocket change compared to what I should be charging for this and what I've been told to charge for this. But I'm a people's man. I'm a people's man because I was just like you guys. I had no idea what I was doing. I joined countless Discords that all taught me terrible, bad habits. I learned to trade the wrong way that made me lose money. And my goal is to create a community that I can teach the right habits and build actual successful traders. Again, notice NQ, exactly what I said. We come down, we take this high. Right when I see this high get taken and this gets ran through, we come back down here. 900 is for lifetime. 900 is for lifetime. You'll never have to pay anything ever again. What up, Dave? How was your morning, Dave? You trade anything? Yeah, Dave, you want to hop on as a speaker? And then there we go. NQ starts to sell back off.
Hello, hello.
What up, brother?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm a good.
You trade anything this morning?
Yeah, I got a pre-market short on ES short 43.31.25, target 17. Looking for a long here, actually back into 16.17 if we can hold. My
Gotcha.
charts are kind of wonky today. They detonated a little bit, so I'm kind of scared to trade. My data is all messy right now.
I'm
What about
doing
you?
good. I took a nice long pre-market on NQ. Caught a really nice move there. Here, I'll show you. Can you see my charts?
I can see your screen.
So I took this long, caught that. Nice model here. I had sell side here, ran through this imbalance, come down, swept these equal lows, bought that back up. And then this was the model I was really watching for today. Came up, swept that high that I was watching pre-market. We tapped that into that bigger time frame fair value gap. And then once we got this big move to downside, shorted it. Initially got stopped out on this. I was just too tight on my stop, and then I jumped right back in, and then I caught this move to the downside.
Juicy.
Yes, sir. Where are you from, Justin? I'm from the Bay Area. Yeah, this session will be posted on YouTube. It'll be posted on the YouTube. How did you know NQ will dump? Secret. No, but in the morning, I've explained it a lot of times. You can go back in the session. There's multiple things. Where are you from? I was from a town called Danville. How do you grade the setups you trade? Off of conviction, added things like external. Does it align with external bias? You know, is there SMTs? Is there, you know, is order flow in my favor? A bunch of different stuff. All right, I'm probably gonna look to end the. Dave, do you want to take over the Discord session? Because I'm pretty much done for the
I'm
day.
good, man. Yeah, I'm done as well.
All right, sounds good. All right, guys, looking to end the session here. Great day, great trades. I'm up nice on the day. I'll post a video later on it, and then we'll go over all the trades that we took today in tonight's charting session for all the people in the Discord. For all the people on YouTube, for tuning in to the first stream, enjoy. I'm happy that you guys came in. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, leave a like. If you enjoyed watching, we do this every single morning, every single day in the Discord as well. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I will see you all next time. Peace.